What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and did Marvel Studios slash Disney actually listen to the fans? It looks like there could possibly be a pretty big change to Loki Season 2. And the reason why Marvel and Disney could be making this big change is because it's actually something fans have been complaining about with each Disney Plus show that has been released before. And if this change is really true, it's about to get a lot easier for Marvel fans and also Star Wars fans and possibly any other Disney Plus shows that Disney comes out with. We could have a slight release date change for Loki Season 2, but the biggest thing that we're going to be talking about today is a change in how and when it's released. And fingers crossed, this actually happens. We'll tell you everything you need to know in this video, but first, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. And if you subscribe and leave a comment down below, you're automatically entered for our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. So many of you might have noticed that with Ahsoka, they did something completely different. The Ahsoka series brought a huge change to Disney Plus. Instead of releasing at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, which is very late / early, they are dropping each episode at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 6 p.m. Pacific Time, which used to be 12 a.m. for people on Pacific Time. This is a big change, and it could actually change things for my channel personally if they decide to do this with Loki, which it is looking like they might actually be doing that. We know Marvel Studios has a huge creative development team and a lot of people who make big decisions, but we do know that Disney and Marvel also do listen to the fans, and some of the biggest complaints from fans have been that these shows air at a ridiculous time. Now, some people might think this isn't such a big deal, but for the super fans out there who like to watch the shows right as they come out, this is a great change for us because some people did not have the ability to stay up until 3 a.m. to wait for a show to come out, watch it all the way till 4 a.m. or however long, depending if it's a 45-minute episode or an hour-and-a-half episode. A lot of people can't do that because they got to wake up early the next morning and go on living their normal lives. But when you do that, then of course you have to stay off of the internet because you're trying to avoid spoilers. You can't go on Twitter, you can't go on Instagram for fear that you might see or read something, and we also do know that some YouTubers do like to spoil things. Apologies if I've ever done that. But 9 p.m. Eastern Time gives you plenty of time to watch it. It could even be 2 hours long and you still have plenty of time to watch it. You could still go on Twitter and Instagram after and YouTube, then go to sleep and get up for work. Now, there is another reason Disney and Marvel Studios are probably doing this, which we'll talk about, as well as a few delays that might be coming. But like I mentioned, if they do decide to do this with Loki Season 2, and hopefully they just decide to do this with all Star Wars and Marvel projects moving forward with Disney Plus, but if they do this, we can bring back the watch parties. Just honestly speaking, it was really hard to do the watch parties and then do breakdowns of the episodes after. It was physically hard and mentally draining, which is why we put a pause on them for the meantime. But if they come back and tell us that Loki is going to be airing at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and 9 p.m., that's easy, and we could easily bring them back. So fingers crossed on that. But like I mentioned, there could be another reason Disney is doing this, and this is more of a business decision. We all know that Disney Studios as a whole hasn't really been doing too great right now. A lot of the movies that they've put out recently have flopped. They have not made a lot of money at the box office. And of course, there have been fans who have complained. And the numbers for Disney Plus keep dropping lower and lower and lower. They especially hit a pretty big low with the finale of Secret Invasion. So, what Marvel Studios might be trying to do is get their Disney Plus numbers up for the release dates of the episodes, the premieres of each episodes up. And they know that it's going to be really hard to get those numbers out if they continue to debut episodes at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. at night for people on the East Coast and close to the East Coast. In fact, 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. could also be really hard for a lot of people who have to get up early to go to work the next day. And they realize this. They realize this as businesses because that is indeed what they are. Disney and Marvel are businesses. And yes, of course, they make creative decisions for what they think is going to be best for movies and shows. But of course, on top of that, they have to make business decisions. And it seems like this is kind of both. They are listening to the fans, realizing that, hey, fans don't exactly like it when we release these shows at this point in time. And they might have simply gone, is there any reason why we are sticking to this time? Or will moving it up not actually change anything? Or could it benefit us more? And I think it's a combination of both of those. And when specifically talking about Loki, Marvel Studios knows that it has a chance to make a huge come back here. Many of us think the MCU is fine, but like I said, there are those handful of fans out there who are complaining about the overall quality of the MCU, in which I totally understand. Everybody is entitled to their opinions, but I hope, like I think Marvel Studios and Disney hope, that Loki will change that for everybody. Loki Season 1 is objectively the best, if not one of the best, Disney Plus Marvel Studios shows that has been released. Loki and WandaVision are typically among the majority of the fans regarded as the best two Disney Plus Marvel shows. So there's a lot of hope for Loki that it's going to be the same quality as the first season, if not even better. Not just with things like CGI, but storytelling and character arcs and development. Just an overall quality improvement. And I bet Disney and Marvel Studios are banking on Loki bringing things back up, ramping up the numbers again. And here's the deal. This comes after Marvel Studios and Disney have publicly stated that, yeah, they're gonna be making some changes, and specifically, they're going to be making Disney Plus changes. And Ahsoka is the first show to come after they recently announced that. Loki is the second. So hopefully this isn't just a change for Ahsoka, but a change for all of their Disney Plus shows moving forward. Because they did actually make a little change for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. For the first two episodes that premiered for Obi-Wan Kenobi, they did release them 3 hours earlier. However, it was just for the premiere. They immediately went back in episode 3 to the old style, releasing at 3 a.m. Eastern time. So that could have been their test, their experiment. But now, with Ahsoka, they have completely changed the style altogether. Each episode drops at 9 p.m. And hopefully they continue to do this with Loki. In fact, we do know that Marvel Studios is going to be experimenting with their Disney Plus releases because the Echo series is going to be dropped in its entirety all at once. Binge style. They are dropping every single episode at the same time. So on November 29th, you will be able to watch the whole series in its entirety. So they're making changes, and hopefully Loki Season 2 is going to premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and the rest of the Marvel and Star Wars shows continue with that release time. Now also a quick little update about the strikes. The studios met again but did not come to an agreement. And they might not come to one anytime soon because Bob Iger is reportedly personally offended that the WGA didn't agree to AMPTP's latest offer. That report is coming from the newsletter Too Much TV. And if that is truly the case, in which it does kind of seem like it because Bob Iger has been shocked that they haven't reached agreements in the past, then it seems like Bob Iger had made them an offer that he truly thought was a great offer, and they did not think so. So clearly, each side is really not seeing eye to eye with each other right now, which means that the strikes are going to continue on for a little bit more, if not a lot more. So that is ultimately going to mean some delays, unfortunately, for Marvel Studios. Everything that they have done and filmed so far is fine, but for things like Deadpool 3, that is on hold indefinitely right now until the strikes finish. So just to give everybody a heads up, we probably are going to be facing some delays. But if we hear anything official, we'll be sure to let you know, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. Please don't forget to give this video a like, and of course you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.